Good evening, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is Wednesday. It is the middle of the week, so happy hump day. We're going to do some spring equinox readings tonight with the Oracle Garden. So if you're interested in a reading, we'll get to that in a moment. Hi, Mariana. How are you? Welcome back, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you again. So I am happy to report with the spring equinox happening tomorrow that we can actually see grass. Friends, it didn't seem like it was possible. It's just a couple of short weeks ago that we had like over 5 feet of snow in our backyard, but it is melting and we can see green grass, and so we are grateful for that. So, hi, Rose Blue. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Rose. We send our prayers and our blessings to your dad. Hope that he is on his way to wellness shortly. That's terrible news. So, spring equinox. Spring equinox. What does it mean? What is the theme for the spring equinox? It holds a very strong spiritual energy. And that energy is the energy of seeking guidance and wisdom, using our intuition and tapping into Mother Earth. And so I thought it was appropriate to use the Oracle Garden. This is the Oracle Garden. I am not affiliated with the Oracle Garden. I just really enjoy using the Oracle Garden. I will put a link for the Oracle Garden if you're interested in purchasing your own in the description box below the video. Hi, Amanda. How are you, love? I really enjoy using the Oracle Garden. It's always fun. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Isadora. So the spring equinox happens tomorrow, friends. I think it's like 5:50 a.m. Eastern time. And I am here for it. As I said in the beginning, we can finally see green grass. It was just a few short weeks ago that it was 5 feet of snow in my backyard. So I am overjoyed. So if you're interested in a reading, let me know. And we will jump right to it. Mariana is looking for a reading. You think it's time to move in, Rose? Definitely time for a visit and check in and see how Dad is doing. Absolutely, Jessica. Absolutely, Rose. Hi, Cherry Blossom. All right, friends, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the Oracle Garden. As I said, I'm not affiliated with it in any way, but I just enjoy using it. We're going to go with Mariana first. She was here first, so we'll do that. Now, how the garden works. We have these 5 stones, 5 crystals that we throw into the garden, depending on where they land in the garden. I then read the sheet, and there you have it. So let's go ahead and get started with Mariana. Okay. For the spring season. All right. So we're going to start, Mariana, with your... Hi, Maria. We're going to start with your fuchsite. The fuchsite is for your body. It has landed in the element of earth. Okay. Now, this may be a lot, but I try to sum up the reading, so just try to follow along the best that you can, okay? If you've never had a reading before, it can be a bit confusing at first, I think. So, Fuchsite represents your body, and it has landed in the element of earth. Physical changes are coming, okay? We're going to move to your amethyst, which has landed in the element of fire. Amethyst is representing your spirit. And this says, thoughts from the past clouding or enlightening ideas. Okay. Now we're going to move to your orange calcite here, which is landed in the element of water. Your orange calcite represents your mind. Let go of limitations. I got you, Amanda. Now we move over here to your sodalite. Your sodalite has landed between the true tile and the water tile, so we'll read water first. Your sodalite represents your clarity. So for water, you have the clarity that you need. Follow one of the paths and use your life force to resolve your situations. Okay. In true, it says ideas are correct. Now we move over here to the pyrite. Your pyrite landed between 3 tiles, right on that like center point. So we have to read all 3. Okay. We'll start with the element of fire for your pyrite, which is your grounding stone. So for fire, it says, clarification comes from dealing with your past. For the past, it says, look to the patterns up to now for the values needed. For restate, it says, rethink so you are not blinded by the fool's gold. So, you've got a couple of things going on here. I feel like you have things that you want to do, ideas in terms of like a direction or a goal, no matter big or small. And you're getting excited about those ideas, but it feels like there is something that is holding you back from getting to the next step, getting to the next level. And I feel like that is tied to something in your past. So there's either just a general sort of worry, hesitation, fear, challenge, what if I make this decision and I end up, in the same place that I ended up before? I don't want to go through that again. It could be something as simple as that, or it could be much, much more in depth in terms of its feeling. Okay. Now, I say all the time about the past. The past, if we review the past, we can learn from those lessons, right? We've navigated challenges. We've navigated obstacles. I just want to pull a card here. You're divorced? Okay. It's so funny. It's not funny that you say that, Mariana, but literally I was just going to say, as like an example of what I was talking about, is that I was divorced. And when I met my husband of now almost 22 years, 21 years, I was so fearful that it wouldn't work that I was pushing him away and not realizing that I was doing that, because that fear was real for me. It wasn't about him, it was about me. And so I had to come to terms with that. So that's why I said it was funny that you wrote that, because that's literally what I was thinking in my head. So we're going to pull a couple of cards here for you, okay? So the first card, look at that. Look at what that says. Past life medicine and remembering. Completely tying into what you got with the garden. Okay. The point is, if you got divorced and you're scared, it's okay to be scared, but at some point you've got to take a chance, right? And as I say oftentimes, and I think if I remember correctly, this came out in your reading from Monday, listen to your heart. What does your heart tell you? Because living in fear is no way to go. And you know what? My mother actually gave me the advice for this. So I was at my mom's house and I was telling her that my now husband was asking me to marry him and explaining, my fears and how afraid I was, etc., etc. And she said to me, what if the next time he asks and you say no and he decides he's walking away? And that scared me more, if that makes sense. And I literally left my mom's house. We got in the car and I said, do you still want to get married? And we have been happily married for 21 years this year. All right, your second card. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Jasmine and sensuality. Like, to me, this is all about the feelings, right? This is about your heart, like I said. So remember the lessons from the past. Learn from those lessons of the past. Your past does not define you. It reminds you of how strong you are. It reminds you of the things that you're made out of, your values, all of those important things, right? Learn from them, remember them, and come from a place of your heart, right? What makes you feel good. So remember that the spring equinox is all about new beginnings. Literally, we're just planting the seeds. So now is a great time to set those intentions, that you're going to work through those fears and you're going to tap into your heart. I love that for you, my friend. Beautiful. All right, let's go to Rose Blue. Rose Blue is going through a time her dad has fallen. And so we want to send prayers and love to her dad, who is 90 years old. You're very welcome, Mariana. All right, let's go to Rose Blue. Hi, Diamond. Rose Blue. I got you, Rose. And I got you, Diamond. Okay, so Rose Blue, if you're here, we are starting up here with your pyrite, which is your grounding stone, has landed in future. And that says, all the gifts are not yet recognized. I already feel like I know where this is going to go. And I feel like I feel a bit like a hamster wheel, talking myself in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out of things. You know what I mean? That's what I'm picking up. Let us continue. We've got your orange calcite. Orange calcite is your mind, and it has landed between the element of air and earth. So we'll read air first. And that is, thoughts are all important. Going back to that hamster wheel thing, right? Now we'll go to earth. And that says, final thoughts in a situation are coming. So keep doing the work. Keep trying to find the clarity. Keep asking the questions. Keep asking for answers, clarifications, help, that sort of thing, right? Ask your angels, your spirit guides to send you messages, whether it be in your dreams, visions, or how any other way that you communicate. Let's go to your sodalite, which is for your clarity. That is landed between earth and false. We'll read earth first. You have many paths ahead of you. The correct one will appear in the future. So again, that hamster wheel thing seems very strong to me, right? Should I, shouldn't I, do I, don't I, that kind of thing. And it's like getting in the way of you, like getting out the door and getting on the path, right? Like that seems to be the important part, not about the destination, but just getting on the road, right? Now we're going to go to false. And that says vision is clouded at this time. Yep, because of the hamster wheel. The amethyst is your spirit that has landed in the element of fire. Thoughts from the past clouding or enlightening ideas. So something about this is bringing up something from the past. And I sort of feel like it seems like an all-encompassing statement, but it's like history will repeat itself. Like if I do X, then all of those things are going to happen. And I feel like that's what the hamster wheel is, right? Like we're like 10 years down the road or 5 years down the road. We haven't even got there yet. We haven't even got on the plane yet. Do you know what I mean? Let's go to your fuchsite, which is your body. It has landed between the sacral chakra. I know you can't really see that, but this is where I'm pointing. This tile up here is the chakra of the sacral chakra, sorry, which is your creativity and the past. So we're going to read the past first over here. Look to previous forms that have served you. So let's say that the body is a little bit achy, the body feels a little offside, the body feels a little tense, it feels a little, sort of like, when you have a cold or a cold is happening and you start to feel just sort of like run down and a bit stiff. What are the things that you have done in the past that help you with that? That's what that means. Okay, now we go to the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra for your fuchsite says, energy will be freed by using creativity. So, I have said many times on this channel that I personally use creativity to pull out of me what I can't seem to do in other ways. Some people clean, for example, right? Some people go for a walk. Some people talk. Some people sing. I do creative stuff. That's what it means. It means to switch yourself to another sort of modality so that you can achieve the same goal. Okay? You live month to month right now. I think what I mean is just like mindset, not financial. I mean mindset. And I get it, month to month, if in that same regard, could seem good. I used to go minute by minute. When my anxiety was so high and I was having 6 to 8 panic attacks a day, I was going minute to minute. And then eventually it was hour to hour, and then it was day to day, and then it was week to week, or a couple of days at a time, right? I had to keep shifting. Look at the cards you got. Crystal, quartz, and focus. So again, I'm getting that strong hamster wheel vibe, right? That a strong hamster wheel vibe. I'm going to put one more card for you, love. And you've got the drum, medicine, and regulation. So the focus and the regulation, right? Routine, You do the same thing every day, all the time, right? If the hamster wheel kicks in and you start with the woulda, shoulda, couldas, or just that feeling of sort of going over things in your head, get yourself up and move yourself off to do something different, right? Perhaps something creative. Go for a walk. Pick up a project and crochet. Cook something. Distract yourself by having this creative outlet, and that will help that hamster wheel to slow down. The whole idea of the hamster wheel is that I start with a thought, and now I've gone over here, and now I'm thinking about 9 different things because I've just sort of spiraled them, right? And when we do that, we can't find clarity on anything. We just keep hopping and jumping to the next thing. And before we know it, we've stressed ourselves right out. And so that's what I've got for you. Hi, Ellen. I didn't see you pop in there, love. And absolutely, I have you start. So I hope that helps, Rose. All right, let's go to in no particular order. Let's go to Jessica Lynn. All right. Jessica Lynn. Jessica Lynn, for this spring, what does Jessica Lynn need to know, Spirit? All right. I'm going to start up here with your, your fuchsite. I have all these things. If you guys could see, I have all these things holding this cloth. Trying to keep it nice and straight. The fuchsite landed in the tile of present. Fuchsite, again, is your body. And that tile says, at this time. Not a lot to go on, but we'll get there. At this time. Let's go over here to your pyrite, which has landed in the tile of true. And for true, your pyrite is your grounding stone, okay? Seeing clearly. So seeing clearly at this time, or at this time we're seeing clearly. So far, it seems like a pretty straightforward message. Amethyst is for your spirit. It has landed in the element of water. I love this. Transmutation is completed. What a wonderful time to have a shift complete as we move into the spring with new beginnings. Outstanding for you, my love. Outstanding. Next, we go to your sodalite, which is your clarity. It has landed in the element of fire. And we have, for sodalite, use the ideas that you carry from your past and past lives for a solution. So as you navigate through the spring, trials, tribulations, challenges, uncertainty, any kind of roadblock or ideas, things that you're thinking about doing, things that you're passionate about, things that you want to start, things that you're looking at sort of exploring, use that knowledge from your past or from your past lives to help you navigate that path. Beautiful. Orange calcite, that is your mind. It has landed in the element of fire and a little bit in earth, so we'll read both, starting with fire. Do not become tied to false energy of the past. Interesting. Earth. Final thoughts on a situation are coming. So, I don't know if I'm right, if you're having some sort of, like, I want to try this, but it feels like a small amount of doubt, just the teeniest bit of doubt. Like, I'm super excited. I've picked out my outfit. I've made arrangements. I get there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to do this. It feels like just a small amount of doubt. So I don't want you to get tripped up about the doubt. So either you're feeling that or you could be feeling it. And I think that the reason that you could be or might be is because you're not really aware that you have gone through this shift, this phase, right? You're not quite out of it yet. It's like here where I live, I love the fact that we're in spring officially, but I don't believe it. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably going to snow again is kind of what I'm thinking. So I've got a little bit of doubt, but it's like 10% doubt, 90% looking forward. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Okay. So when we have that tile that says use ideas from the past, that is, you know, how you remind yourself when that little bit of doubt creeps in. I got this. I've done this. Oh, remember that time when you did this? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that was great. That's what that's about, right? Look at this. Look at this. I love this. You've got the strawberry and love. This is the second time that this has come up, and we've only done 3 readings so far, right? If we listen to our heart, if we come from a place of truth in our heart, we're not going to serve ourselves in a negative way. We can't go wrong here, right? Love. Do what you love. Do what makes you happy. Do what puts a smile on your face. You know, if you're going to do something, make it matter. Like, that's kind of what it feels like to me. Make it count. Oh, look at that. And then you've got the desert and thirst. You are so ready for this, my love. I feel like this is, like, without sounding totally corny, I feel like this is so well deserved, this shift that you're about to experience. It feels like, you know how I say in the beginning of my readings, you know, that it puts some pep in your step. I really feel like this is what's happening for you. The pep is coming back in your step. That is outstanding. I love that for you. Thank you so much, Jessica. I've got a bunch of things on the table that you guys can't see holding the cloth, so I'm leaning to the left to read the comments. Amanda says 1 foot in front of the other applies to me as well. I will finish the dishes tonight. I love that. Jessica says, yes, I want to make some changes, but there is doubt. There's always doubt. Listen, you know, I don't know a person that doesn't have doubt. I feel like we all have doubt, right? Let's go to Cherry Blossom. Speaking of spring equinox and cherry blossom, I love it. I love the name. All right, here we go for Cherry Blossom for the spring equinox. All right. So, Cherry, we're going to start over here. By the way, I need to say that I have everybody here that follows me for a really long time, they know that I love to do my whole changing all of the decor in my living room. I do it all the time. And I'm thinking about, you know, springtime and what I'm going to do. And I always have these 2 pillow cover cushions that I love to use. And they're like pink cherry blossom kind of pattern or print, if you will, that are on them. And I was just looking at pictures of it earlier today because I ordered the cutest little bunny rabbits for Easter to put out on display. And I was like visioning it in my head as I was looking at the picture saying, oh, the cherry blossoms are going to be so perfect. And then here you are with cherry blossom. I love it. All right. Amethyst is your spirit, landing in the element of fire. Thoughts from the past clouding or enlightening ideas. That's like the 3rd time that that's come up tonight. So that's a theme, right? Sodalite, which is your mental clarity, has landed in the tile of past. Use lessons you have learned for answers. So thoughts from the past clouding or enlightening ideas, and use the lessons you have learned for answers. Is there like I mean, you don't have to tell me. It feels important. Like there's this thing that just will not go away, where you keep sort of going back to, keep thinking about, keep reviewing-ish kind of way. Like, should I do this? I don't know. And then you sort of put it to the back burner, and then it comes up again. It feels like that. I don't know if I'm right or not, but that's what I'm getting. You've got your fuchsia, which is landed in the sacral chakra, which is your creativity. The fuchsia is representative of your body. Energy will be freed by using creativity. So if you're feeling a little bit, I don't know, a little bit tense, a little bit tired, a little bit just like not overwhelmed, but like I'm over it. I just can't be bothered. Like I just don't have the energy in me to do that right now. If it's that kind of vibe, I think that's what I'm getting here. Then try to tie it into something creative. And when I say creative, to me, creative is, get out a piece of paper and draw out your garden for the summer. Pick your colors. Go, make a cake or make a meal for your family and bring everyone around the table. It doesn't have to be like, I took a painting class or something like that. Maybe it's starting to journal. Orange calcite has landed in the root chakra, and go for it. So orange calcite represents your mind. In the root chakra, it says creativity is key to security. I'm going to read that one more time. Creativity is key to security. So you feeling good is key to you feeling good. And the way that you are going to feel good, happy, uplifted, joyful, is by expressing yourself in a creative way. Imagine if I crocheted this, if I sewed this. I could say, look what I did. I'm so pleased. I'm so proud of myself. That makes me feel good. It puts a smile on my face, and off I go. It's that kind of vibe, right? We move now to our pyrite. Pyrite has landed in the element of fire. Pyrite is your grounding stone. And we have clarification comes from dealing with your past. So, Thomas, good to see you, my friend. I haven't seen you in a bit. Hope you're doing well. This is what I get, Cherry Blossom. Again, not sure if I'm right or not, but either something has recently come up. Something I don't feel like this is a thing that is like on your mind all the time, but I feel like it's just creeped up. I don't know. Maybe you found a picture. Maybe you went somewhere. Maybe you were invited to a wedding. Maybe you're thinking about Easter, and maybe you've been invited somewhere, and someone from your past is coming, and it's making you feel some sort of way, and it's sort of bringing stuff up. I don't know if I'm right or not, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. And I'm not sure about this. You're either pushing it down or trying to pretend like it's not happening. I'll deal with it later. And the more that you do that, the more it's like got a hold of you, so to speak. And so I think this is why this creativity is coming out, is because if you can express yourself in a creative way, you will get those emotions out of you. You've got forest and diversity. This is about being open, being open-minded, being open, right? Think outside the box. Finding a different way to get the same result or an even better result. And we've got wind and change. Beautiful. Right? The movement in this card, right? The wind, if you will. The change in perception and perspective when we channel our energies in a different way. We use a different outlet, i.e. the creativity, will help the vision become more open, will help the clarity and the mindset be more open. I hope that that helps. I hope that that resonates, makes sense, all of the things. Cherry Blossom, thank you so much for asking the question. Diamond says she loves the mat. Thank you. I am not affiliated with the mat. This is the Oracle Garden here. And I will put a link in the description box below if anyone is interested. All right, so we're going to go to Ellen. Ellen said she would love a spring reading. All right, let me take a sip. It does resonate? Okay, excellent. Here's the thing. For anyone that doesn't know me, I don't need it to resonate. For me, I need it to resonate for you. And if it doesn't, I want you to tell me so that if I can keep going and I can give you what you're looking for or what you need, then that's what's important. So I appreciate the feedback. All right, Ellen, for the spring. Oh, remember where that landed, okay? Between fire and water. Ellen, for the spring. Now we're in fire. All right, Ellen, for the spring. Yep, I've got you, Diamond. I'm not really going in any particular order, love. All right, Ellen, here we go, love. Amethyst, which is your spirit, has landed in present. And that is, where is that on my sheet? Spirit changes are happening now. Interesting. Pay attention to signs, synchronicities, dreams, you know, recurring numbers and you know, loose change, songs on the radio, those kinds of things. It's like messages are excuse me, being given to you for you to know that people are around, that spirit is with you. Your sodalite, which is your clarity, has landed in the throat chakra, which is the truth. Ideas for wisdom will flow freely. That spiritual connection is strong, Ellen. It is strong, and it's giving you what you need. Validation, messages of encouragement, of love. I love this. Your orange calcite, which is your orange calcite, which is your mind, has landed in restate. And that says, think of how a situation is viewed and then rethink. So, something's going on, something's happening. I mean, it doesn't have to be a thing, a big thing, a small thing, just something that we're thinking about, something that's made us sort of hit the pause button, if you will. And now spirit is coming in to sort of give you a nudge, give you a message, give you an urge, give you a hug, right? It feels like that kind of energy, which is beautiful. Grounding stone is the pyrite, which has landed in the past. And for that, we have look to the patterns up to now for the values needed. So that's a bit like how did I get to this point, right? how did I get to this point? There feels like an appreciation almost of the work that you've put in, right? Of that journey, which means that you have gone through some sort of a shift, right? You have gone through some level adjustment, if that makes sense to you, an enlightening, if you will, right? Perhaps it's this connection is opening up, and it's wanting you to not only like acknowledge it, feel it, see it, right? Embrace it. Lastly, we have your fuchsite, which is your body. It's landed in the element of fire. And it says, embody your past. And I have to be honest, that when I get that tile, it throws me off sometimes. And in your reading, it's thrown me off because I don't know if it means to embody your past in terms of appreciate it. So let's say, for example, that, you know, back in your teenage years, I don't know, you did something, you broke your wrist or something, right? And every once in a while, your arthritis, comes to be an issue, and then your hand is aching and it's throbbing, and you start to sort of get down on yourself and say, "Oh my God, if only my wrist." Do you understand what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's that, or if it's tying into I did X, Y, and Z in the past, and maybe that's what I need to do again. Like, I used to walk a mile a day, and maybe I need to get back to that. Maybe that's what those messages are going to reveal. But let's throw a couple cards here. I don't want to embody your past. Ha ha ha. I want it to stay in the past and never thought of it again. I mean, right? So you guys all know that, well, most of you know that I was a baton twirler from the age of 4 to almost, I think I was just about 22. I was world champion, blah, 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 blah. And I have like no knuckles in my hands because of it. And every time I close my hands, they crack and they creak and they ache and they throb. And even though my hands ache and creak and crack and throb and do all of the things, I think about why that is. And I go right back to baton, which was the very best experience of my entire life as a collective experience, right? If that makes sense, what I'm trying to say. All right, so you got the change card as well. Wind, change. Again, speaking to this shift, this movement that's happening. Okay. And then you've got the island and detachment. So to me, this is that thing that I said about the, like with my hand in the baton, right? Don't focus on the achy part. Focus on, you know what? I worked damn hard to get that situation with the no knuckles, right? To the achy hand. I wouldn't dismiss the experience. Do you understand what I mean? It feels like taking a negative and turning it on its head, if you will. The change card from this deck here, this is the I'll show you the box, love. The Sacred Medicine Oracle from Asha Frost. So I hope that makes sense, Ellen. I hope that I sort of went off on a tangent, but I hope you get what I mean, love. All right, so we will go to Diamond next. And then we have Amanda and Isadora. You worked very hard in the past, mostly to escape what was going on in my life. I get it, love. I'm sorry. I mean, that's I don't know, but that sounds tragic. You know, like if you have a like my mom used to say this, right, about her stretch marks from giving birth. So I suppose you could look at those, or like a mole, if you had a mole on your face, like you could look at that and be like, you know, it makes me look some sort of way, and you know, I'm ugly, or it's disfigured me, or something like that. And then how do you make that better for yourself so that you free yourself from that hold? And that is, my mom used to say, referring to her stretch marks, that, you know, that mark gave me you, and I wouldn't trade you for anything. If that makes sense. All right, I will leave that now and go to Diamond. All right, here we go. Diamond for this spring 2025. What does Diamond need to know, Spirit? All right, here we go. All right, we're going to start with the amethyst, which is your spirit, which has landed in the element of earth. Spirit transforming, but not yet finished. Okay, your pyrite has also landed in the element of earth. Pyrite is your grounding stone. More to be brought forward, which just means that you haven't completed your shift yet. That's all, right? Whatever this phase is that you're currently in, this cycle, you haven't completed it yet. Your fuchsite, which is your body, has landed in the element of water, which says helps from grounding elements. So again, the grounding element was more to be brought forward. So your body and the grounding element are sort of working in conjunction with each other, right? So the clearer things become, the better you will start to feel. Now, without reading these two tiles, I just want to say, and this goes for everybody, right? When we have those moments, and we've all had those moments where we're on the diet, and we're just like, oh my God, if I eat another salad, I'm going to lose my mind, right? I need something. Go and have the something that you crave as sort of like a rejuvenative thing. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what this feels like to me, right? Like we're getting a little down because like we don't feel like this is happening according to our timeline, whatever's going on here for you, Diamond, right? So be patient. Be patient. Now, I oftentimes say not to live in the destination, but in this case, I want you to remind yourself when you're feeling that way of what the goal is. Where are we headed to? What are we trying to achieve here? Right? And say all those, you know, cliche things. Good things come to those who wait. Patience is a virtue, right? Spirit's only going to give me what I can handle. All of the things that you need to say to keep yourself on that track. Right? Sounds a bit cheesy sometimes, but that's what I'm vibing for you. All right, now we move over here to these two stones, which is going to be a lot. I'm just telling you now. So your orange calcite, which is your mind, has landed in the element of fire and in restate. So we'll start with fire first. And it says, do not become tied to false energy of the past. I don't know, are you a person who has a problem waiting for things, or you're impatient? I'm picking up a little bit of that. Now we move to restate, and that is think of how the situation is viewed and then rethink. So this is really about, like getting out of your head when your head starts saying, hey, now hold on. Who do you think you are, and why are you doing this? You can't do this. No. And that's when you're like, you be quiet. I got this. I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing. Thank you. Problems happening now that happened in the past. Okay. So there's a little bit of that, left shoulder, right shoulder, good guy, bad guy kind of thing going on, right? Your sodalite, which is your clarity, has literally landed in all of the tiles. Restate, solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, false, earth, and fire. All of the stones, or all of the tiles. So I'm going to try to make this make the best sense I can. Okay, so we're going to start in fire. Okay? Again, this is clarity. So for fire, it says, use the ideas you carry from your past and your past life for a solution. Meaning, I've done this before. I will get through it again. I got this. It's just fear, right? That is getting in your way. The woulda, shoulda, couldas, all of that stuff. Earth. You have many paths ahead of you. The correct one will appear in the future. When this shift happens, when it is ready to be revealed what the next step is, it will provide itself. And we need to keep telling ourselves that, right? In false. Vision is clouded at this time. Exactly. I'm a bit confused, right? Because of this good shoulder, bad shoulder, been there, done that. I don't know if I want to go back there again. What are you talking about? I got this. No, you don't. That whole kind of thing, right? Heart chakra. Heart chakra is, where is the heart chakra? There it is. Wisdom comes from clarity of emotions. You find yourself getting like upset or scared or just like laughing out loud, and then you start crying. That's kind of what that means. I want to encourage you to sing. Turn the music on and just sing your brains out, like as loud as you can. That opens up your throat chakra, which opens up your communication. And then it's tying into this heart chakra business, because now we're feeling like we're being heard and we're being acknowledged, whether you're talking to a person, to your pet, to spirit, to the garden, whatever it is. Okay. Now we go to the solar plexus chakra. That's your power seat, right? More than one way to express power and move forward, which literally is the thing that I just said about your heart chakra or about your throat chakra. Sorry. The throat chakra is not in here. I added that. Okay. So lastly is restate. And the restate says dilemmas not well defined. So we're taking something that is this big and we're making it this big. I call that the fish story, right? We've all had the uncles, the fathers, the big brothers that told the story about, oh my God, you wouldn't believe when I was 10 years old, I caught a fish, it was this big. And then the next person they tell, the fish was this big, and so on and so forth, right? I told two friends and they told two friends and they told two friends. It's that kind of thing. Again, that imagine you've got two people sitting on either shoulder. One is telling you, yes, you got this. And the other one is like, no, you don't. Please. and you're trying to decipher that. Remember that you are in control always of yourself. So when someone or something tells you no, or that you can't do it, or you're not good enough, or whatever, any kind of negativity, you tell that voice, no, thank you. No, thank you. Kick the negativity to the curb is what I want to say. Hi, Ron. It's good to see you, my friend. How are you? You know, I popped into your chat a couple of weeks ago, Ron, and I was saying hi in the chat, but I had changed my channel name, and I don't think that you knew it was me. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Okay, thank you, Diamond. I'm glad that it makes sense. I'm glad it makes sense, love. Okay, Amanda says, this came up earlier today for me, remembering when things fell apart and sitting in that emptiness that led to the renewal. And you got me drawing through these last few readings. I love that. You got the colored pencils? Beautiful, my friend. Beautiful. Okay. Awesomeness. Okay, so that's Diamond. Okay. Amanda, and then we'll do Isadora. All right, here we go for Amanda for the spring of 2025. All right, I'm going to start with your orange calcite. Amanda, it landed in the element of air. Orange calcite, again, is your mind. And that says, or this tile says, thoughts are all important. Thoughts are all important. You're very welcome, Diamond. Your pyrite, which is your grounding stone, has also landed in the element of air. And it says, mental actions are the path for your abundance. I love how those two things are tied together, right? Thoughts are all important, and your mental actions are the path for your abundance. Based on what you just said in that comment that I just read, that's exactly what this is talking about, right? And literally, I could cry because I've been there, and the getting there is so tough. The getting to that spot where you feel like you have control over your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings. And when you arrive at that spot, sometimes it's a little hard for you to believe that you have arrived there. And so subconsciously, I think in my own personal case, I tested it to my detriment, but that's neither here nor there. I am so incredibly proud of you, Amanda, for the work that you have put in and for the fact that you have arrived at this spot. My God, thank everyone and yourself as often as you need to not only remind yourself, but just putting that energy out into the universe that anyone can do this, right? And just sit in the grace of that moment. This is the day or the moment that you have wished for, that you have prayed for, that you have hoped for, and you are here. So bask in the glory of it. Do you know what I mean? Bask in the, and I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying bask in the glory of it. Remember when you used to wish that you could just have one day where you weren't stressed or upset or scared or all of the things. And now it's like a week goes by and you're like, oh my God, I've had 7 good days. But when that bad day comes, that's a real test. It's a real challenge. That's what this is about. Don't discount the work that you've put in. Don't give yourself a hard time. I want you to look yourself in the mirror. I want you to tell yourself that you love yourself and that you are so incredibly proud of you. Because only you know the struggle that you went through to get to this point. You have so much further to go, but it's all like sunshine and puppy dogs. This is like a circle, right? Like, whoop, hiccup. Nope, I got my rubber band around me like that electric bumper car. I now know that I've got everything I need, that if I bump up against something, if I come up to a challenge, I'm going to bounce right back because I've put in the work. You know, I know myself better today than I did yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the day before that, right? But it's going to take a little getting used to. And that's totally okay. Sorry, it totally made me cry. Whew, okay. Now we're going to move to your amethyst, which is your spirit, landing between earth and fire. So with earth, it says, spirit transforming, but not yet finished, right? Making all the sense in the world. Fire is thoughts from the past, clouding or enlightening ideas. So this is all, it's all connected, right? This is just putting your super cape on and reminding yourself of who you are, what you've come through, and where you have to go. And the recognizing, or the recognition, I guess, that you now have the power and the control to move forward freely. Your fuchsite, which is your body, has landed in past. And that says, look to previous forms that have served you. So, all the tools in your toolbox that you have accumulated over the course of time are the things that you need to rely on, right? You know how, I don't know, say you had a cold, right? And you really started paying attention to what you were eating and what you were drinking and the vitamins that you were taking. And the minute that you started to feel better, you sort of, put all those to the side and sort of went about your business again. This is a reminder that you gotta stay on course. So the things that you've done to get to this point, don't put them aside. Don't put them in the drawer. Get them back out of the drawer. Keep doing them. Your sodalite, which is your clarity, has landed between fire and water. So fire for your sodalite is use the ideas you carry from your past and your past life for a solution. And in water, it says you have the clarity that you need. Follow one of the paths and use your life force to resolve your situation. Literally what I just said before I read the tile, right? You've got all the tools in your toolbox, in your heart, in your mind, whatever the little bump is that you may have just felt, right? That made you feel like maybe you slid a little bit backwards, for lack of a better way to put it. Remind yourself of all of the things that you have accomplished and the point that you're at now. Put your super cape on, put your rubber band around you, and get back on that horse. What an awesome reading. Beautiful reading for Amanda. Oh my gosh, that one got me. Amanda says, spot on, chills, yes, lots of gratitude. I used to wish to be exactly where I am now. There are always new challenges. Laugh out loud. I'm drawing circle orbs. I saw in a dream. Love, amazing, heard. So good, fantastic. So many blessings to you, Amanda. I mean, you know, you guys don't come here for my stories necessarily speaking, but like been there, done that, and I know. I know what it means. I know how hard it is. I know. And that reading there is exactly the reason why I started this channel. It's exactly why I started this channel. You having that experience gives me hope. All right. Lastly, and certainly not meant to be last, Isadora, are you here, my love? Whoa, I need a sip and a cigarette now. Good grief. All right, Isadora is here. Okay, friends, while I have you here, just before we do Isadora's reading, I have a question for you. Let me know in the chat. What should we do for Sunday's live? Should we do like card readings, or should we do a session with the dowsing rods, which would basically be like yes or no questions with the dowsing rods? You guys let me know in the chat box what you're into. Okay, here you go for Isadora for the spring of 2025. Spring of 2025 for Isadora. Amethyst has landed over here in your solar plexus chakra, your power seat. And your amethyst is your spirit. So that says power comes from spirit to transform and to transmute. Wow. Power comes from spirit to transform and to transmute. So without going any further, Isadora, I am on one of two wavelengths here. You are either getting something and you're not aware that you're getting it, or you're getting it and you're not sure of what it means. So like dreams, synchronicities, that kind of thing. You tell me in the chat if you've had like a dream or keep seeing the same number over and over again. Your orange calcite has landed in the element of fire. And that says, do not become tied to false energy of the past. That's pretty straightforward. Just because something weird dreams. Okay, so there's something that's happening that's feeling familiar to you, tying to your past, and whether you are aware of it or not, I feel like you are connecting to that somehow, and that's bringing up like some, I want to call it jitters, some hesitation, some like, ooh, I need to think about this, that kind of vibe. Okay, pyrite, your grounding stone, has also landed in the element of fire, and that says clarification comes from dealing with your past. I don't know if you need to do like a release ceremony. Maybe it's like a journaling exercise. Imagine, if you will, that you had like a book that you were writing in, and you like slammed the cover shut and threw it in the drawer, because you felt some sort of way. So that might do the trick for the moment, but it doesn't do it for good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like there's some stuff below the surface that needs to be explored so that you can merge and purge it. We're dreaming of your late husband. Okay. That makes sense. Dreaming of your late husband in terms of what we're saying. So this is so to me, and I don't know if I'm right or not, but it's like I just want to go back to the way that it was, where something like that. Like it's like it's good, it's messy, and now I'm here. And I just want to skip the messy part and go back to here. You don't have to comment. I'm just saying that's what I'm getting. I don't know if I'm right. Your sodalite, which is your clarity, has landed in the element of water. You have the clarity that you need. Follow one of the paths and use your life force to resolve your situations. In other words, it's like I'm in a slump. I feel like I'm in a rut. I'm constantly just like, oh, you know what I mean? I feel heavy, and bogged down, but I don't know why I'm heavy, and I don't know why I'm bogged down. And I feel sensitive, like my heart is on my sleeve. So like if someone looks at me the wrong way, I'm gonna like start to cry, or I might lash out. I'm not sure which. And that's taking me right back to that. I like there's some more stuff that I need to like what's the word I'm looking for? There's more stuff that I need to look into. Use the closet analogy, right? If you were trying to tidy up your room and you just opened up your closet and threw everything in there and closed the closet doors, for the time being, you would feel good about that because your room looked neat and tidy. But that the closet is a disaster, and you know that you got to get in there and deal with that. Week one, you're like, yeah, okay, I'll do it next week. Week two, you're like, oh my God, I really have to do it. By week three, you're like, oh my God, I don't now I'm afraid to do it. Right? But you know that if you get in there and you clean the closet, you're going to feel good about it. If that makes sense. That's kind of what I'm picking up. Lastly, we have the fuchsite, which is your body. It's landed in the element of air, and that is ground your thoughts. So again, your grounding stone said, grounding changes are setting. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Sorry. Your grounding stone said, clarification comes from dealing with your past. So you don't feel like your feet are firmly planted on the ground. You don't feel like you have a solid foundation, which is how you feel aligned, right? That's where everything sort of works in harmony with everything else. We don't feel harmony right now. We feel like we're like fighting forces within us. And the reason is because we threw the stuff in the closet and closed the doors. And just sort of like hope for the best. I'm using an analogy, right? So little by little, as you feel that you can, go there. I would strongly urge you to do a release ceremony, number one, to release any negative energies, entities, things, weight, woulda, shoulda, couldas, forgiveness, all of the things, release those and get rid of that weight that you're carrying. And then I would start journaling to express myself, right? To get those emotions out of you and have a conversation. Maybe write a letter to your late husband. Obviously, you're not sending it, but write a letter, express yourself, get those emotions up to the surface and get them out of you. Let me pull a couple cards for love. You've got the full spirit moon and shine. Yeah, you just need to free yourself. You just need to free yourself, love. Now, when I say that, it sounds like, oh, that's something that, you know, I'm going to flip a switch and everything's going to be fine. It's going to take some work. But in order for your light to be bright and to shine, you've got to free yourself from this cloud, as it were. And you've got the cedar tree and wisdom. The wisdom comes from the clarity. The wisdom comes from the light. And the only way that the light shines is when the shadow is, you know, sort of like pushed away, right? If that makes sense. That's what I got for you, Isadora. I hope that that helps, and I hope that that makes sense. And the beautiful part about all of these readings tonight is that, again, spring equinox, what does it mean? The spiritual meaning of a spring equinox holds strong spiritual energy that we can use to seek guidance and wisdom from our intuition and from Mother Earth. Right? Longer days, shorter nights. Just tonight, before I came on, I heard birds chirping. I haven't heard birds chirping in months. And it just put a smile on my face. Right? We can see the grass peeking through. Right? Buds forming on the trees and on plants. Bugs. The bugs are coming out of the woodwork, right? All the, you know, the little chipmunks and the squirrels, and like everything's coming alive. And we use that, all of those things in this time to give us that breath of fresh air that we all need. I.e. the new beginning. So I hope that that made sense. So you guys never said what you want. If you want dowsing rods or you want cards for our next live. You're welcome, Isadora. I hope that that made sense to you, love. I hope it was helpful. I could tell you someone I hope has a new beginning. Person that occupies the White House. Good Lord. I mean, for real, you guys. How about I throw a card sort of for the collective? Let me just get rid of this cloth off of here and move all the things that I had holding it down. So All right. Oh, cool. All right. Let's go here. We're going to use the postcard from Spirit. So Cherry Blossom says the dosing rods. Amanda says the dosing rods. Yeah, right? I mean, honestly, you guys, it's a lot. It is a lot. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know for the spring equinox 2025 for all of the people here in the chat? Collectively, what do we need to know? Well, we had two cards that flipped over, so we'll go with that. We've got one with a unicorn on it, which is lovely. And we have one with this beautiful deer on it. So we'll go with the deer first. Dearest you, the common sayings, be in the world but not of it, and wear the world loosely, refer to the need to be engaged with life while not being attached to specific outcomes. Do not take this world too personally, for you are one of many co-creators here to play, and we have many ideas about how all this shall play out. Just know the outcomes don't matter as much as the presence you bring to each experience and how you let yourself flow through life. There's a real freedom in knowing and accepting this. So will you wear the world loosely, or will it straitjacket you? It is your choice. Whatever happens, have the courage to keep trying to live as you are meant to. And when it comes to manifesting, don't worry about the how or even the why. We have that covered. Everything is going to turn out exactly as it should. Spirit has a plan. Loving you always and forever. Beautiful. It's like Spirit was listening to us. Oops, that's crooked. It's written on the card crooked. It's throwing me off. Anyway. All right, our next card. Oh, this one's hard to read. Dear you, there is only one you, and you have a unique place in this universe. Sometimes situations come up that challenge you to be authentic, and that means you have to be fully yourself and let go of being what you think others may want. Now is not the time to conform for other people's standards, to other people's standards or expectations. Be proud of who you are and be courageous. Stand tall in your convictions. Being yourself is a powerful statement and will only lead you to success and ultimate happiness. Don't compare yourself to other people. Want what you have. Want what you have. I love that. Choose what your heart wants and know that your purpose is yours alone. No one else can claim your magic nor take it away. When you place authenticity and originality high on your list of priorities and give them a prominent place in your awareness, extraordinary things happen. Your life is a beautiful one. Love you always and forever. Wowzers, you guys. Wowzers. Oh my gosh, that's so crooked. That's terrible. Hi, Gina's Place. How are you, love? It's like Spirit, literally, it's like Spirit was listening to us, right? We kept saying about standing in that place of, listening to your heart and letting your heart be your guide, and being strong in terms of realizing that you hold that power, that you hold control, not letting fears or insecurities dictate what you're going to do or how you're going to react or where you're going to, sort of navigate towards. I love that. So good. Amanda, sorry, not Amanda. Gina, do you want me to, I love that, Isadora. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Absolutely. Gina, you want me to throw a couple cards for you, love? I did the Oracle Garden, but I just put it away. But I can throw some cards for you if you want. Let me know, Gina. I'm ready to go. You guys, this was so great. By the way, I did put a reading up today. I don't know if anyone's seen it. Nobody left a comment, so I'm not sure. If I can be so bold as to ask you guys, if you do watch a video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. It really does help the channel be seen in the algorithms. I guess Gina, are you still here? Do you want a reading, love? Let me know. And all right, awesome. Thanks, Gina. There'll be another video out on Friday, and I will schedule the live for Sunday at 7, I think, 7 or 8, and we will do the dowsing rod. So yes or no questions. Okay, so this is for Gina. See, now on my table, that looks perfectly straight to me, but it's crooked to you guys. Sorry. All right. So we've got Wild. So the Shawl Dancer and Wild. We've got the Seed Planter and Intention. We've got the Winged One and Trust. We've got Cloud and Imagination. We've got Desert and Thirst. And we've got Moon and Cycles. So coming during this spring equinox, coming up to it, through it, I feel like what this is telling you, what this is suggesting, there's like this element of like passion and creativity here with the thirst, the imagination, the wild, and the intention. So if you've been thinking about doing something, I don't know, taking a class, finding a hobby, maybe something that you have been waiting for the winter to end and the spring to begin to do, the cards are lining up that this is a good time for you to do that, to express yourself in a way that makes you happy but is different from the ordinary. And that seems to be a theme for a lot of us tonight, just FYI. And then there's something about this cycles and this trust that makes me feel, again, like another theme that we've been seeing tonight is a little bit of this, like, I don't know, hesitation almost. Like, I want to, but I should, but I could, but. And so we keep stepping back and away from it, as opposed to sort of going for it, right? So it's like we're trusting, but we're not fully trusting. And I want to say to you that, and here's Quincy saying hello. Hi, Quincy. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Are you going to show everybody what you normally do? And this, friends, is why I can't read with the cat. But I feel like the trust and the cycles thing is like I dip my toe in the water, and then for whatever reason I pull it out. And so I'm not quite committed, or I'm talking myself out of something. Okay? We have to get off that hamster wheel. And so we're going to go to this middle card here with the intention. And I'll say to you that you might want to look at setting intentions or reviewing intentions that you've already set. Maybe it's time to reword them. Maybe it's time to rework them, right? Remind yourself of what the goal is, what the intention is. You know, what was the reason why you wanted to do said thing in the first place, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm right, but that resonates. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting. And you know, it's like I said in the beginning, it's springtime, it's a new season, it's new beginnings. We use our intuition and our wisdom, and that's what navigates us. And I think it's important for all of us to feel the effects of the spring season and feel that reinvigoration, if you will, of the spring, right? You keep getting time management and timing. I'm taking baby steps instead of big steps. The cat is literally breathing right in my face. I want you to try, Gina, to think of this in this way. A step is a step, right? Just like we may say, oh, I took 3 steps forward and 2 steps backward. In terms of a baby step or a big step, that is our interpretation, right? How did you do on the test? Well, I think I failed, or I think I did okay. That's our interpretation. We have no idea. We're not in control of that. You know what I mean? So all I'm trying to suggest to you is back it up even from the perspective of how big or how good or how accurate the step was, and think of it like, wow, look at what I just did. I'm 1 step closer. Woohoo! You right? And really make a big deal out of it. Really, you know, put an exclamation point at the end of the step, if that makes sense. Because what you're doing, in essence, is you are building up your trust with each step, with each cycle. You're building your trust, right? These 3 cards are working hand in hand, right? Each step, we're increasing our trust, and it's re-emphasizing the intention. Yes, any movement is good. That's exactly what I mean. Like if you say, I mean, I don't know, like I made a roast beef dinner, And I don't think it turned out that good, but everyone around the table is telling you it's the best roast beef that they've ever had. Do you just say thank you and move on, or do you stew about it and think, oh my gosh, that was horrible, I'm going to have to do that better next time? Like, we got to get out of our head, right? We have to accept what it is and then leave it. And if we can't leave it, then we need to do something that is going to promote us to want to try again, which is to be excited about the fact that I did it. I mean, maybe it sucked. Maybe it was horrible. Maybe you did a crap job, but you did it. And so that's the thing that you need to focus on, right? And with the time management thing, just as a footnote, I read it a long time ago when it comes to setting intentions, to make your intentions as positive as possible. Aw, bud. Hi. Hi, babies. We'll just all stare here and look at you. Aw. It's a Quincers. You're so gorgeous. Yes, you're so gorgeous. Look. Aw, yes, you're a gorgeous boy. Yes, you are a gorgeous boy. You're showing your bellies to everybody's. Yeah, you're showing your bellies to everybody's. Do you not care? Do you not care? Everyone can see your bums and your bellies. You don't care? No, you don't care, do you? Let it all hang out, mommy. So when it comes to setting your intentions, the thing that I read, the words that resonated with me was to keep it positive and to keep it timeless. In other words, and I use that analogy all the time, that, 6 months, in 6 months, I want to lose 30 pounds. Keep that out of there, right? I want to have a better lifestyle. I want to incorporate exercise into my life. I want to eat more healthy, etc., etc. Because the 6 months and the 30 pounds, that's in our head. Unless a doctor told you that you need to lose 10 pounds before whatever, it's in our head. And when we do that, it's like we're setting ourselves up for failure before we've even started. If you understand what I mean. Yes, now Rosie's at the gate now, crying. Because she wants something. Who knows what. She's in the living room with my husband. So, hopefully that makes sense, Gina. Look at the intentions that you've already set, or reset new intentions that are positive, that are kind of open, which means that you can revisit them and tweak them as necessary. Try not to put a timeline in there, and trust that you know what is right for you. Trust in the steps that you take. Trust in the path that you are given. The guidance that you're being given. I love that. I'm owning my intentions in the present. Well, you can't ask for any more than that now, can you, my friends? All right, friends, that concludes our stream for tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. It truly does mean the world to me. These were awesome readings. I hope you guys enjoyed them. And I'm looking forward to spring. I'm just so excited that I can see grass. I mean, friends, literally a couple weeks ago, we had 6 feet of snow, 5 feet of snow in our backyard. And we still have snow in our backyard, but there's a little patch of green grass. So I'm holding on to that. And maybe I may surprise, I don't know if you guys are interested or not, but I may pop on next week someday during the daytime when I get all my stuff. I ordered some things to redo the decor in the living room. So I may pop on and do live and just like a chit chat, if you will. And you guys can help me with the decor. We're going to do the sort of Easter thing. And I've never done this before because I am kind of a matchy person. As you guys have noticed with my cards, I want them all to be like the same color family. I'm going to go out on a limb this year, friends. And this is how I express my creativity recently, is by redecorating my living room. And I'm going to pull all the colors, like the purples and the pinks and the blues, the light blues, like Easter colors, right? Never done that before. So I'm going to take a risk and spread my wings, as it were. So I will, I'll post that up if that's something that you guys are interested in. I'll see you guys when I see you next, which is on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget that there's a video that comes out on Friday. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amanda. That's very kind, my friend. Happy spring to everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you when I see you next. And until then, I wish you many, many, many blessings. Mwah! Bye, everyone.